Hi, Maria Marlowe here, and today I have with me Liana Werner Gray, who I'm very excited to introduce you to because her story is the perfect example of you are what you eat, which is what I'm all about. She has a very, very inspiring story of overcoming serious illness simply by changing her diet. So I'm going to have her tell you a little bit about that. And she also has a book coming out based on her whole journey called The Earth Diet. So we'll jump into that at the end as well. So Liana, thanks for being here.
Hi, Maria. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So let's just start off with your story. How did the Earth Diet blog come about?
Well, it started from my upbringing in Outback Australia. I grew up with the Aboriginal people, and from the age of 5, they taught me how to live from nature. And then when I was 18, I moved to Brisbane City and I became fascinated with junk foods. So I started to eat them, and then it eventually became an addiction, and I was eating junk foods every single day, and like a lot of junk foods until my body just couldn't handle it, and I felt so sick and so tired I just had to go to bed. And then after 5 years of that, I had the wake up call of my life, and I was forced to change my lifestyle. And what happened was one day something just popped in my neck, and a biopsy from the hospital confirmed that it was a precancerous tumor in my lymphatic system. As well, I also had digestive issues and disorderly eating, and I was stuck in this addiction, a vicious cycle to junk foods. And so basically, I said, okay, I'm going to go back to nature. I'm going to heal my body. And so I created a blog, The Earth Diet, and I said for 1 year, I will only eat from nature. And so I did that, and in 3 months the tumor was dissolved, and that's how we came to be here today, 6 years later.
Wow, 6 years. So how was that going from a junk food diet to eating essentially nothing out of a package? Was that difficult?
Yeah, it was at first because my body was chemically addicted to all of the packaged foods and boxed foods, and it was hard, but I just replaced it with favorite foods that I wanted to eat. Like I made different recipes like raw chocolate, or I found a way to eat my favorite flavors but just pack them with nutrients at the same time. And so, some people freak out. They're like, how could I eat without boxes? Everything comes in packets these days, and the idea is just to eat less box food and eat more whole foods that come straight from earth in their natural state.
Okay, so can you give us an example? So on a typical day, what would breakfast, lunch, and dinner look like for you?
Well, I have three staples that I aim to get every single day, and basically that is a lemon water to start with,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just so easy, so quick, and so affordable for everyone, and it boosts your immune system. It's high in vitamin C. So the lemon water is number one, and then the second staple is a fresh juice every day. So either a beet juice or a green juice, something vegetable, just to get all of that nutrition in at a really deep cellular level. And then the third staple that I aim to get in is eating a whole food every day. So something in its whole natural state, like an avocado or an apple. So those are the staples.
That doesn't sound so hard, actually.
Yeah, it's simple. The idea of nature is that it's more simple than the processed lifestyle.
Right. Yeah, and I think we forget that. We're just so used to going into the store and seeing all these packages, but really our natural food is the original fast food.
Yes. Yeah.
So I did notice in your book that you have a lot of desserts in it, which typically people would not, think of would be in a diet book. So can you explain a little bit what's going on there?
So the desserts in the Earth Diet book literally saved my life because, as I said, I was addicted to junk foods for 5 years. So I was like, I can't imagine living life without chocolate or gummy bears or ice cream or cheesecake. So I said, okay, I'm going to find a way to make these foods while they also provide me with nutrition. So that's what all of those recipes, just the dessert recipes in the Earth Diet book do, is provide our body with so much nutrition and antioxidants, but they also fulfill our cravings for chocolate and cheesecake and ice cream and gummy bears.
So there, just to be clear, there's no refined sugar in them, though, right?
No, everything's using natural clean ingredients, so either maple syrup or dates or honey or fruits to make it sweet.
Right. Okay. Those are my favorite sweeteners. I love dates because they're super duper sweet. It almost tastes like it should be bad, but it's actually loaded with nutrition.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I also noticed that you don't promote a completely vegan diet, right? So there's meat in as part of the Earth diet. Can you talk a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so the Earth Diet is for every type of eater. So I did incorporate recipes from meat eaters, and this book is for everyone who wants to live a healthier life. So there are a lot of meat eaters out there who want to be healthier. So I did incorporate recipes for them, like chicken nuggets or tacos, beef burritos, things like that. And obviously, I recommend people that are eating meat to source it as local and organic, free range, as wild as possible.
Right, it's all about the quality.
Yes, and people should use their own intuition. Some people thrive better with incorporating some meat, and some people thrive better with incorporating no meat. So it's really up to the individual.
Right. Great. All about bio-individuality, listening to your own body. That's the most important part. Okay, so you've developed this amazing philosophy that's actually easy to implement and is accessible to all people. So where can we find and how can we get our hands on the Earth Diet book?
TheEarthDiet.com, and also the book is available on Amazon and Barnes& and Noble.
Excellent. And it comes out October 28th, right?
It does, yes.
And I know you have some pre-sale goodies available when people pre-order it.
Yes, we do. We have a big book deal, and basically when people order the book, they also get 3 online classes with me, as well as a downloadable 101 tips for weight loss, and also a money saving guide, because a lot of people want to know how they can save money while living this organic lifestyle. And I wanted to put the classes together because people had so many questions. So I figured I can just answer all the questions in the online classes while people have their books in front of them.
Well, that's great. So you get the book, you read it, and then you actually have someone to ask the questions to. That's pretty cool, pretty unique.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Liana, for your time and sharing your philosophy. I'm very excited for the launch, and we look forward to checking out the Earth Diet.
Thank you so much, Maria.
All right, talk to you soon.
Yeah, bye.